welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute bee wreath to go on your front door. I'm also going to have a link in the description box and in the pinned comments for you on where you can purchase the sign. All right, y'all, let us get started. So first off, you're going to need some plastic canvas. Now you can get this at Walmart, craft stores, but you're going to need the 7 count. This is 7 count. And mine came in a 6-pack, but you can get single sheets as well. Like I said, craft stores or Walmart, just make sure that you get 7 count. It also comes in 14 count, but the 14 count, the holes are smaller, and you're not going to be able to fit your zip ties through there, okay? So let's get a sheet of that. And then you're also going to need a 10-inch wreath frame, okay? This frame is 10 inches, and we're going to be using this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay it down here, and then I have a Sharpie marker. And we're just going to trace inside this inner ring here, okay, onto your plastic canvas. And I know I've got it on my cutting board here, so it's going to be a little slippery. We're just going to trace around and cut it out. I have this cut out, and as you can see, I cut out just a tiny bit larger than where I drew, because see, we can go through these holes here and still maintain the proper size. So now what we're going to use is these zip ties. These are 4-inch zip ties, okay? These are also very skinny and they will fit through the holes of your plastic canvas. So now what you're going to do is use these to attach your canvas here. Oh my goodness, why is this bag not opening? I know, I just cut the Ziploc doohickey off of it. It's all right. So now we're going to take these, and you just go through the hole of your canvas. Let's take this one here, okay? Through that hole. And then place this right here in the center. Okay, that looks good. And then you're just going to fasten your zip ties and tighten them down. And you're going to do this in about 4 different places. That's going to make this part nice and sturdy. Okay. So I have this fastened down. As you can see, I have the tails coming up through the back. Whoopsie. And you can hit the spring on your lamp and make a big loud noise. Wee. And then you're just, wee. You're just going to clip these off. Wee. Oh my gosh, you got to have fun. You got to have fun. All right, so this is the basis for our wreath. Now we need some Deco mesh. Okay, so I got this Polypro mesh ribbon from Hobby Lobby. This isn't exactly like Deco mesh. I call it all Deco mesh. But anyway, it is very shiny, and I think it would go nicely with our bee theme, right? So let's take a look at this. This should work just fine with the way that I'm going to cut it. Some meshes like this have burlap running through it, and those can be a little bit difficult to cut in the way that we're about to cut it. But this should work out just fine. So we want our pieces of mesh to be square, right? And because this is 10-inch mesh, let's see, let's make sure that our board here is in position. This is just a regular cutting board like for fabric that you would use a rotary cutter with. This here is a glass cutting board like you would use for food. And I do have the smooth side up. The rough side is underneath, okay? You want the smooth side up for this. So we're going to measure our mesh here and make sure that it is 10 inches. Make sure that your edges are not warped so that, it's pulling this way or that way. Make sure it's straight, and then we're going to cut it right at the 10-inch mark. So the way that we're going to be cutting our meshes with a wood burner, y'all have seen me do this so many different times before, but we're going to be using this wood burner, and I'm using the angled tip here. You use whichever one of the tips it comes with, whichever one works best for you. I'm just going to be using this one today. Anyway, let's set it over here and wait for that to warm up. Now, when you're cutting your mesh, like I said, make sure that it's as straight as possible and that it's not angled. Because when we cut it, even though this wood burner is going to help seal the edges so it doesn't fray as badly, what you're aiming to do here is you see these little strands that run down. Aim to cut right in between those strands. That's also going to help you with your fraying. If it's at an angle and you're cutting it at an angle, when it snaps back into place, you're going to have all these jagged edges, right? So you want to try to cut right in between those threads. Okay, now I know that when I was cutting it, it looked like it was crooked, right? And like I was saying, if you cut between those threads, it will stay straight. You see, it kind of looks crooked, but once you get it into place, it is actually straight. See, it looks like, oh no, it's crooked. No, it's actually straight. Okay. So I'm not going to cut all those pieces right now. We're going to wait on that. So let's get our frame here. And I want these to be the petals on the outside. And we're going to take a look at our signs. I made these 2 signs. Aren't they cute? These signs are available for sale in my shop, southernsigndesigns.com. But don't worry, I'm going to have a link for you in the description box and in the comments. I think I'm going to use this. Put this over here. I think this will go better. Yeah, I think this will look better. So our sign is going to be right here. Oops, I got a hair. Our sign is going to be right here. So we want to see about where we want to start putting these petals. And I say just right here, because then that gives us the ability to cover all of our zip ties with our sign. So let's get some of these out. Out, out, out. I like to go from the back way up like so. Pull that through. Come back over and skip one hole. Okay, you see how we come up through that hole? Skip a hole. Can you see? Skip a hole and then go back down through the other one. And then we're going to fasten on the back, but don't tighten it up yet. Okay, we're not going to tighten it up till we get the actual petal on there. So just put it on there. Now, some people like to put this around the front because they think this is going to scratch their door. If that's what you want to do, then, you know, that's absolutely fine. You do it however you want to do it. This is the way I prefer to do it, okay? So now we're just going to pull this up front, go gadget nails, and let's make a petal. So we're going to take our 10-inch mesh here, turn it so it looks like a diamond, and bring those 2 corners together. See? One corner up, that corner down. Now we're going to take it, fold it over again, and fold it over again. Now we have this, and you're just going to twist it up like so. And now we have these little bunny ears. These little bunny ears are going to be our petal. So now let's kind of squish this down and put that right there. Okay? Hold that in place and tighten up your zip tie. And there we go. Our little bunny ear petals here. Okay? So now we're going to do this all the way around. However many you want to put on here, however way that you want to space it. But I'm going to work my way around and then we'll take a look and we'll see how many of these I use. Okay, y'all. I put on 24 petals and I still had this much mesh left over, okay? Still a little bit left over. So let's put this mesh over here and let's get this out of the way just for a few minutes. Now let's talk about our sign here. And when I saw this ribbon at Hobby Lobby, I was like, I've got to make a sign to go with it. I've got moss all over it. I'm working with moss over here too. And I was like, I have to make a sign to go with this ribbon. So the thing about this is if you can't find this ribbon, you can find ribbon with like just this buffalo check print on here pretty much anywhere. I've seen it at craft stores, Walmart, all over the place. But the way that we attach our signs, I've already made a video showing you how to do this. I use these little outdoor mounting pads. These are the 1-inch ones. You can get these at Walmart. They come in a 10 count. Or you can get them at hardware stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, that type of thing. And I peel off the little paper backing. And then I use E6000. This is the no odor E6000. I use E6000 on that. And then place it down. And then I give it 24 hours just to make sure it is nice and set up. I know some people use another type of glue and I don't like that one because it's very rigid, and if your wreath should fall and hit the ground or something, you know, possibly it can, you know, bust that glue off, whereas E6000 does have a bit of give to it. That's why I like using it. To attach this wreath to the sign, we're going to use floral wire, and I'm just going to cut 4 pieces because I have 4 mounting brackets. Nice big long pieces, okay? And then we're going to fold that in half. So let's do that. And now I'm going to run this wire through the holes. Pick it up, Amber. Through the holes on the mounting brackets. See? Just right through there, like so. Okay? And then I'm going to do that with all 4 of these. Because this is going to clang around and make a bunch of noise, I don't do this on camera, but I go right through here, go through your petals and attach it to your frame, okay? So you're going to put the sign down and then just run your wire back here, pull the ends of your wire out the back, and then twist them together tightly, okay? So I'm going to do that and I'll be back. All right. This is the bow, and y'all have seen me make this bow many times before. This is my easy no-tie bow. And no tie bow. Now I was trying to keep this video sort of short, so I'm going to have a link for you in the description box and also pinned in the comments where you can go and watch that video separately if you haven't seen it before. Okay, many of you know how to make this bow, and I didn't want to take up time doing it because you see me do it so many times. You can go check out that video if you haven't, but I'm just going to take this wire here. Let's just give it a little twist. I need this wire in the back going up and down. All right, and I didn't want a great big huge obnoxious bow either. I just wanted a little small bow, and I wasn't exactly sure where I want to put it, and I think I'm going to put it just right here at the bottom of the wreath, just so that it's barely touching the sign. And to do that, I have this wire here. When I put this center part on, I have this wire that I put in there as well, and I'm going to run that down through the petals, and I'm just going to twist it around the frame of the wreath. Okay, so I'll do that and come back. All right, here we go. I know it's difficult to see in this light, it's glaring too. But you've seen the wreath at the beginning of the video, and I'm also going to have the photo again at the end of the video, so stick around if you want to see it again. But there we go. Just a really simple bow, and I'm going to move it down away from the little bee, and I'm going to get everything in place before I hang it up. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!